Hello everyone, this is Carrie from Celestial Forecasts with another reading here for you, your Love and Life series for the first half of June from the 1st through the 15th. Before we dive into your actual reading, I just had some announcements I wanted to get out of the way before we officially begin your reading. So if you'd like to skip ahead to the beginning of the reading, you're more than welcome to do so. I'll go ahead and timestamp it down below. But before I begin, I just wanted to talk about how for my channel I'm going to be changing things up a little bit. I've just been so super swamped, not only with posting content on my channel consistently, and if you're a regular to my channel, you'll know that there's always content up every day or so, every other day, or as often as I can post videos for all zodiacs. And on top of doing personal private readings and just living my personal life, it's just really gotten to be a bit much. So starting this month of June, I'm going to be doing my Love and Life series first half of the month, as well as the second half of the month, like I have done for years now. This is something that I've done really from the very beginning of my channel. And so I'm going to continue to do that, and I'm going to go back to my format of posting bonus readings for the top 3 signs based off of the most viewed video for the first half and second half of the month. And of course, if time permits, I'll go ahead and do some other readings in between those 2 time frames. All right, guys, so unfortunately, there's just one of me, and on top of just living life with my family, and we've got a new grandbaby, and everything's just so super swamped. I mean, I wish I had more than 24 hours in a day to be able to fit everything in, but this is me just kind of prioritizing everything, still being able to consistently post on my channel, but also living my best life also off camera. And so for those who have requested personal private readings, of course that continues to be a priority. And so you don't have to worry about that. That will always be taken care of for those who do purchase readings. But as far as the content that I'll be posting on YouTube, we're going to go back to the original format of Love and Life series first half and second half of the month, and then whatever readings I can fit in between. So yeah, bonus readings will be top 3. So if you want to be in the top 3 of those bonus readings, definitely tune in first and second half of the month. And if you're able to relate to the storylines that come through, then, with enough people that are liking, sharing, and subscribing, then of course your sign will be one of the top 3 bonus readings. All right, guys. So just wanted to get that out of the way. And also for those who are interested in any of my decks, I'm going to be posting for sale items on my Instagram page. So definitely follow me there. And I'm planning on putting a couple of my other decks on sale for the month of June. I believe one of them will be my Modern Day Seers, Tarot, and Oracle. So if that's one of the decks that you've been keeping an eye on, it's going to be on sale starting June 1st, which by the time I post this video will probably be around June 1st. All right, so that's all I wanted to say. So let's go ahead and begin your reading. Okay, Libra, so let's get into your reading here for your Love and Life messages for the first half of June from the 1st through the 15th. General reading as always. These are the 3 decks that we're going to be using. My Love and Life Oracle deck, and these 2 both created by a deck creator named Kim Montalto, the Twin Flame Love series, Divine Feminine version and Divine Masculine version. So we'll pull a card from each. This particular deck that I created, it's got 2 messages per card, and it basically takes a look at how love starts off when you first meet somebody and how it develops over time. So let's go ahead and see where that goes, okay? All right, Libra, here we go. Let's grab your first focus card. Angels and spirit guides, please. For Libra, I am guided to this one. The love message, I'm mad about you. The life message, you're the one person who can calm me down when I'm mad. So maybe you've got this very special effect on someone when they're upset, either at you or someone else. You still have the capacity to be able to calm them down. You just have that very calming effect on this individual. So that's actually a good thing. Or that's, it could be reversed for some of you. Maybe someone that you are thinking about calms you down when you're upset. All right, so let's go ahead and grab a card for the feminine here. Angels and spirit guides, please, for Libra. What is your second message, starting with the feminine? I'm guided to this one here. If I can actually get it. No one even comes close to you. So this is what the feminine wants the masculine to know, that nobody compares, nobody even comes close to the type of connection that the two of you have. Okay, I'm mad about you, madly in love with you. Perhaps that's what is, that's how you're feeling when it comes to your masculine. All right, so let's go ahead and grab a card for the masculine. Whoever represents the divine masculine energy and the connection, I'm guided to this card. We have a masculine who is dreaming about the feminine. Okay, so when they think of you, when they see you in their dreams, there's something very special about the connection. And for those who are at a distance from one another, maybe you're surprised by that your masculine even thinks of you, dreams about you, but you guys are, I feel, picking up off of each other's energies. Nobody even comes close to your heart, divine feminine, when it comes to this masculine. Okay, so let's go ahead and see what else needs to come through. I'm going to pull from the Twin Flame Current Vibes deck by Sister Moon Tarot. And of course, we've got some decks here with the Twin Flame title on it. If you don't identify with that, you don't have to. That's just the name of the deck. If you feel you're more on a soulmate journey, by all means, interpret and custom tailor it for how it makes sense for you. Angels and spirit guides, please, for Libra and this love and life reading for the first half of June. What else do we need to know? Okay, we've got transparency coming through here. I just want you to be open and honest with me. I want to be open and honest with you. Transparency. That, I feel, is really crucial as far as communication between two people. And for those of you who were challenged by the way you were interacting with your person, if you weren't being transparent with them, open and honest with them, and they weren't with you, then that could have been part of the reason why you guys maybe went your separate ways, or why there is distance here. Also, part of this message, the life message, you are the one person who can calm me down when I'm mad. Part of the reason why either of you could be mad is because there wasn't transparency in the communication, okay? We do have signs that are popping up for Libra. I now pay attention to all the signs. I trust they are guiding me home to you. So this is an added indication for those of you who are in separation that either of you could be receiving some sort of sign paving the way for you to find yourself heading back in the direction towards the one that you love. Either one of you or both of you picking up off of signs. Signs could be your person's name. It could be a particular number that keeps popping up. It could be a song that you hear on the radio, or something random that you come across and you know in your heart that that's a sign. Okay? We have clearing the air, which I feel is much needed considering we might have a challenging way of interacting conversationally, at least for some of you, as far as transparency, being open and honest. And this card says, I wish we could talk about everything. And I get that. I feel that a good heart-to-heart conversation between you and your person, Libra, would really help things a lot. And then we have, I am here. I'm always here. All you have to do is reach out to my spirit and I will reach back. So telepathic communication. And again, we have a masculine here who sees the feminine in their dreams. I feel energetically, spiritually, even telepathically, you guys are picking up off of each other's energies. Okay, so let's add to this. I'm going to go ahead and pull from my Silhouettes deck here. Libra, let's see what else you need to know at this time. Angels and spirit guides, please, for Libra. So someone needs to clear the air. I feel maybe you both do. You need to be able to meet up face to face and have a conversation. Maybe that's been long overdue, But clearly there is distance and separation here for some of you, and maybe those conversations are happening in the 5D rather than the 3D for now. So what's up with needing to clear the air? Ultimately, what happened between the two of you and what might be challenging the connection? I love this. We've got guidance coming through. Sometimes the path is unclear, and sometimes it shines so bright that you can no longer ignore it, intuitively knowing that's the way you're meant to go. That's what this sign is all about. And as it says, I trust they are guiding me home to you. So guidance, signs, pay attention to that. Perhaps the first half of the month, Libra, there's something here that's guiding you back home, guiding you back towards someone that you are at a distance from. We have a higher power. Okay, this makes sense for me as well. Trusting that what's meant for me will come to me, to deliver me from the impossible to the possible, to find the light in my darkness, to find courage through my fears. So some of you guys might actually be afraid to maybe reach out to your person, or maybe afraid that you guys aren't ever going to work this out. But I feel just based off of what's presenting itself here, it's still possible that you can find your way back towards each other. And sometimes you gotta just trust, as it says, in a higher power. If you're one to turn to prayer, if you're just able to release it to the universe, to your angel guides, your spirit team, to be able to help you in however way that assistance is needed. But in the meantime, someone's feeling very lonely here. I've seen these clouds before, but I don't ever recall them looking so sad. It must feel this emptiness in my heart and the storm falling down from my eyes. So either you have shed some tears over what's happened here, Libra, or you both have. Feeling very lonely without each other. But someone got hurt here, okay? Love stings. Somebody made some poor choices, perhaps. It does say choose wisely, for not all choices in love and romance are wise ones. And I feel through having a productive conversation with each other, whatever hurt the relationship, I'm just getting that it's possible for you guys to work this out, but it takes effort from both people to be able to do that. This makes sense for me as well. Revelation, sometimes you have to spend time in the darkness so you can finally see the light. Absolutely. And where is that light coming from, Libra? Right here, through guidance and maybe even signs, okay? So I'll read it again. Sometimes the path is unclear, and sometimes it shines so bright that you can no longer ignore it. But in order to see that sign, in order to see that brightness leading you towards the path that you're meant to go, you have to have spent time in a very dark place in your life. And I feel when you guys went into separation, that was your dark moment. And maybe they went there as well, you know. By being able to experience that, here's where the revelation is. So you can finally see that light that is guiding you back. We have spellbound. You've captured me with just one glance. Your mere presence fascinates me beyond words and leaves me speechless. Okay, you could both be really spellbound with one another. It's still a really strong connection. That's what's coming through here. But clearly you guys have had some challenges. Okay, so let's go ahead and add to this with some tarot. I'm going to pull from my modern day Seer's Tarot and Oracle Tarot with a twist, and I'm really excited to announce that this particular deck, if you've been wanting this or to purchase it, maybe you haven't had a chance to, whatever the case might be, it's on sale the entire month of June. So it's a lot of fun to use, especially if you are just starting out learning tarot. This one, I feel it's more for advanced beginners who at least have a little bit of knowledge about the tarot interpretations. This deck, the twist here is that it includes new oracle messages and new court cards that are exclusive just to this deck. So it's a big one. As you can see, there's a lot of cards here, but it's a lot of fun adding new interpretations to the messages that come through. And it is for beginners because it's got upright and reversed meanings, just like that. So there's really no second guessing what the cards mean. Super easy. A lot of fun, but it can challenge you also. All right, angels and spirit guides, please, for Libra. What else do we need to know here? What else? We've got the Eight of Swords. Okay. So swords representing air energy. And of course, Libra, you are an air sign. So this is about someone perhaps who feels trapped in a situation, or at least trapped in your mind, maybe feeling restricted or imprisoned, as if you aren't able to create any sort of movement in your life, feeling powerless to it, you know? But really, it's a mindset, and you can break free from that type of mentality. You absolutely can. And I'm really happy to see the Three of Wands, because it's all about expansion, it's about growth, fast movement, looking ahead, you know, planning for a better future, either on your own or with this person that you are in separation from. It could include all of those things. Getting to a point in your life where you're content and you're actually fulfilled and happy with the choices that you have made or are about to make, so that you can move forward. No longer holding on to the past or past baggage that maybe has been weighing you down. You've got the Angel of Mercy. Life has brought you down to your knees. The universe shows you mercy. The love you've been searching for, yearning for, has eluded you thus far. I'm here to let you know that it's time to rise, to get back up, claim your ascension within your own life, to help you take that first step towards a brighter future. These cards are really wanting to paint a very particular storyline here for you this time, Libra, letting you know that if you're feeling stuck in any way, if you're feeling trapped in your life, you don't have to be. You're being guided onto a very different path where you can find happiness and not be so lonely, whether this has anything to do with a love connection or if you're just feeling really unfulfilled in your life. You're being guided to move forward. The Angel of Mercy is actually here, recognizing the journey that you've been on and maybe possibly knowing that it hasn't been easy, but you can claim this ascension. And to me, that's very similar to this revelation right here. And as it says, sometimes you have to spend time in the darkness so you can finally see the light. And seeing that light is a part of your ascension, Libra. It really is. Look at this. Judgment, a rebirth, an awakening, reincarnation, things coming back to life, but only better than how you felt it was before. This is a transition that's happening here for you. This is taking a look at where you've been, and if you haven't been happy with where you've been, whether love-related or life-related, you can change that. You can make better choices. And if you haven't had closure with someone, which I feel that's why there's this need for transparency, for you guys to clear the air, as it says. So these messages are coming through here for a very good reason here. Judgment Day is on its way to you. Someone needs forgiveness. Someone needs to perhaps apologize for their actions, whatever side of the fence you fall on when it comes to that. Action needs to be taken in order for you to find redemption in your life. Be happier with the choices that you have made. And then you've got the Two of Cups. So I love the progression of these cards, Libra, because you have to first clear out the cobwebs that you might be dealing with from the past in order to get here. Releasing the baggage, you know, and finding the right kind of love that you are so deserving of. Somebody that really brings balance back into your life. Somebody that you know and feel they're your ideal mate. Very compatible love connection. Whether you see them as a soulmate or a twin flame, doesn't really matter. This is somebody that you can build a life with. Marriage, having a family, blended families for some of you. There's this intense attraction between you and this person. I love this, the star representing that guidance, that light, that illuminated path right there. Giving you hope, restoring your faith, giving you inspiration to do better, to follow a path where you can live your best life. This is a wish that can manifest for you still. You could be dealing with an Aquarian right here. And this makes sense for me as well, the Death card, because there's a cycle that needs to phase out. There is a cycle that needs to end in order for those changes to happen in your life. You got to let go of any unhealthy attachments from the past and transition away from that to bring you towards a new beginning. And as the Angel of Mercy says, you know, claim your ascension within your own life to help you take that first step towards a brighter future. That is what you're meant to have here, Libra. A bright, wonderful, amazing future in every area. Your love life, as well as perhaps your career, your health, your relationship with friends, and even family. So it's time. It's time for transition and transformation in your life. Time for a change. Okay. So let's go ahead and grab some dialogue messages here. I'm going to pull from my Voices decks here. This is the Volume 1 version focused on the Divine Masculine, and Voices 2 is for the Feminine. All right, so here we go. Where is the Masculine at currently? What does the Masculine want to say to the Divine Feminine at this point in time for Libra? You guys clearly need to talk. There's this need to be open and honest. We do see that. There is this need to clear the air. You guys have dealt with some challenges here. Part of the energy of the Eight of Swords is maybe you feel that your person has silenced you. Maybe they blocked you, they ghosted you, they just stopped talking to you, whatever the case might be. Some of you could be really upset about that. But there's also this 5D interaction that I'm feeling. So let's see where the Masculine is at. Why didn't I realize what I had when you were in my life? There's some regrets there. I couldn't give you the love you deserved before, but I can now. Is your heart still mine? And part of clearing the air and being open and fully honest with the Feminine is just being vulnerable and allowing themselves to be fully open this time. I feel that was a challenge for this Masculine. They could have even come off as being a little bit cold towards you, Divine Feminine. I get that for some of you. And I feel they regret it. And now that you are at a distance from each other, they're feeling very lonely. You know, why didn't I realize what I had when you were in my life? So they had to lose you in order to appreciate you. So I feel when it comes to that Angel of Mercy message, when it comes to the Masculine, it really brought them down to their knees, as it says. They had to experience that darkness away from you, Divine Feminine, in order to appreciate you more, in order to perhaps recognize the love that they had for you. Maybe they took you for granted also. But for some of you guys, look at this message. Take it only if it applies. We have a Masculine here who feels that they're just wrong for you. I'm Mr. Wrong. Now go and find Mr. Right. Maybe they were Mr. Wrong and they did you a favor by either letting you go or allowing you to recognize that they weren't good for you. And part of this ascension and guidance for some of you guys is that you're meant to find love elsewhere, a better love than what this person could have ever offered you. So remember when I was talking about vulnerability? Look at this. I don't like to show that I'm vulnerable, so I pretend to have it all together, especially when I'm missing you. You see? So they're trying to show the world, their friends, their family, or even you, if you're still interacting in some way, shape, or form, or if you guys follow each other on social media, they are putting it out there that they're good, life is fantastic, it's all amazing, but really, they're pretending. It's a facade. The reality of all of this is that they miss you. This next message, again, take it only if it applies for your situation. She hurt me. I numbed the pain. I hurt you and inflicted my pain onto you. You didn't deserve that. I'm sorry. Please heal your pain to stop the cycle. Maybe someday we can try again. So we have what I interpret as a broken masculine who got into a relationship with a divine feminine, ended up hurting the feminine, therefore creating this repetitive cycle, because they get into relationships where they hurt other people because they themselves are still hurt and they have not taken the time to heal. So we might have a masculine here who just drinks a little bit too much, numbing the pain. They don't want to feel. They could be a little bit cold-hearted, and that's how they're portraying themselves to be sometimes, you know? Almost as if they don't care, but the reality of it is they do. And bottom of the deck, I'm hurting too. So this card is where they admit that they don't have it all together. They can numb the pain all they want, but once that numbing is no longer there, they still feel that pain. They can only do that for so long, you know? All right, so that's what's coming through from the masculine. So let's go ahead and grab some cards on behalf of the feminine now. Angels and spirit guides, please, for Libra in love and life, focusing on the divine feminine now. So we might also have a masculine here who's got some self-esteem issues and some deep-rooted issues that, you know, divine feminine, if you relate to this with your masculine, you're not meant to fix that. They're going to have to fix that all on their own. So if they did break up with you, if they detached from you, they might have just done you a favor, because you are perhaps meant to claim your ascension and you're being guided onto a particular path for you to continue on your healing journey, to live your best life in the meantime, and to perhaps find love in a different direction in someone else, because you don't want to get back together with someone who's broken. Otherwise, they're just creating that repetitive pattern of not healing, and then they're going to end up hurting you again. So I'm surprised there isn't a Tower moment card coming through here, but that's just what I'm getting. So divine feminine, where are you at? What do you want to say? Even though you never told me you loved me, I could see it in your eyes. You can't hide that love gaze. So what I'm getting for some of you is, again, your masculine could have that facade, appearing to have it all together. They're not miserable. They don't miss you. And if they're cold, you know, they probably never even told you that they actually love you. But body language, their eyes, there's something about that. Speaking of eyes, look at this next card. We don't always see eye to eye, but I love making up afterwards. So for those of you that have had some arguments, maybe you guys said some very hurtful things to one another, especially when you're both coming from a place of just being really mad and pissed off. There's something about the making up part afterwards too. You know, clearing the air is much needed for some. Let's see what else. What else from the feminine here for the masculine? Our chemistry is fiery hot. Desire is lit. Don't stand too close or I'll combust. So regardless of whatever's been going on, you definitely feel this fiery hot chemistry with your masculine. Desire is off the charts. Again, look, you know, this card reminds me of, you know, let's kiss and make up, that type of thing. After an argument, kissing and making up. So make-up sex could be really fiery hot between you and your masculine. And you're feeling, divine feminine, that this masculine is your better half. Look at this. I'm overheating with desire for you. Don't stand too close or I'll combust. We have a feminine here who is definitely very attracted to the masculine, can't stop fantasizing, certainly sexually, about the connection. And then we've got this card, can we try again? Okay, so divine feminine, feeling, as this card says, no one even comes close to this masculine, and really wanting to give this another try. But I feel for some of you that your masculine needs a little bit more time to heal. They might have to do some shadow work in order to heal. They've got some issues here. So if you're not hearing from your masculine, that could ultimately be part of the reason why. Because they're still very cold in their heart space. I feel they think about you. They clearly are dreaming about you. But they need to be able to, I feel, get to a much better headspace. A much healthier headspace. When it comes to themselves and how they see themselves, and when it comes to you and the connection. So the distance, the time apart might actually be quite beneficial and helpful here, even though you're missing each other, thinking about each other. It might come down to timing here. So just try to have a little bit of patience to see how perhaps the first half of the month, even the second half of the month is going to go. And follow your gut instincts as to how this is all going to play itself out. Okay, so I wanted to take a look at the physical connection between the two of you. We already have references to the intensity and desire here through some of the messages. So I'm going to pull from my Sugar and Spice Oracle deck. This does contain naughty messages, some sexual content. If you're not interested in this portion of the reading, you're more than welcome to fast forward to the next section. Angels and spirit guides, please, for Libra. All right. When it comes to the physical connection, the desire, the sexual chemistry, let's take a look and see what is coming through here, what they're thinking, what they're feeling, and what they are desiring when it comes to you. And you might even relate to some of these messages, how you desire them. Ooh, we've got strawberries. So somebody could really love strawberries. Grab the whipped cream and champagne and let's explore every inch of each other tonight. So again, we've had messages here about makeup, sex, and just the intensity of that and the desire for one another. What else, please, for Libra and the physical connection? Okay. We've got cotton candy. We've got pancakes here. So cotton candy. My head is spinning with hunger for you. It's like a dream that keeps coming true over and over again. I'm on cloud 9 and I don't ever want to come down from this sweet fantasy. We already know from the Divine Masculine that they're dreaming about you, Divine Feminine. Part of those dreams could be very sexual in nature. And we've got pancakes here, Libra. You are an air sign. You are a part of the energy of this card. Okay? So it could either be that this could be you, or you're fantasizing and thinking of another air sign, another Libra, Aquarius, or a Gemini. So this card says, I love how simple and uncomplicated our love is. Our conversations are pretty light, nothing too heavy. I can still taste your sweet kisses. You know how to tantalize and satisfy me without a single word. You're sheer perfection and I can't get enough of you. So again, we're seeing messages tied into a very deep desire for one another, certainly physically, sexually. But what I'm also getting about this card, Libra, is the conversations. And as it says, our conversations are pretty light. Nothing too heavy. And that's part of the problem, I feel, because if you guys are just having surface conversations and not really digging too deep, then you're not being open and honest with one another. Not fully, not full transparency here. And that could ultimately have been part of the issue. We have espresso. I can't stop shaking. I can't sleep. I'm so damn lost without you. I'm anxious, overwhelmed. I can't think straight. Since you've been gone, everything has turned upside down in my life. Please come back. My heart can't take it anymore. Somebody could also really love espresso. All right. So this could either be you or the person you are focused on. Wanting a reunion, wanting a return. And the next card represents the Divine Masculine here. So we've got boysenberries. I'm not just one of the boys. I'm the one who loves you, would do anything for you, be there whenever you need me. I don't want to just blend in when it comes to winning your heart. I want to stand out. Choose me. You won't regret it. Okay? So if you're torn, for example, between a couple of people, Divine Feminine, you might have a masculine here who's trying to really show you that they desire you, they want you. No one perhaps compares to you. We already have the feminine saying that maybe the masculine is on the same boat. You know, it's like, please choose me. I'm the one who's meant to love you for the rest of your life. You won't regret that decision. And lastly, we have grapes. Our love is like fine wine. It's only gotten better with time. Let's drink to forever. And I feel that for some of you, that you really do see forever with your person. Not to say it's been an easy journey by any means, because clearly there's this need to have better conversations, to be more open with one another. You guys have to clear the air about something. Something happened here that drove a wedge between the two of you that created tension. And for some of you guys, separation and distance. Okay? But wow, the intensity of the magnetic pull, certainly sexually, that's amazing. It's very strong. Fiery hot, for sure. Okay, so let's go ahead and grab some healing messages here for the collective. I'm going to use this deck right here. Angels and spirit guides, please, for Libra. Healing messages for the collective in however way you need healing at this point in time. Angels and spirit guides, please. We have music that could be very healing for some of you. You could also be a musician, you could be a singer, you could play an instrument. But there's particular songs maybe that you listen to calm you, Libra, to uplift you, to cheer you up. And there's so many different videos on YouTube where you can just listen and meditate. There's a whole bunch of subliminal music videos available that are very calming. So if that's something that you need right now to help you heal, go for it. Serenity. Things are meant to be peaceful and tranquil in your life. And if it hasn't been, this is what your angel guides are helping you to achieve. To bring peace back, serenity. And as it has been coming through in this reading, you are being divinely guided onto a particular path at this point in time. You have a guardian angel who's blessing you right now, especially those who are going through something difficult. If you look at that image, we have a woman there. She's really upset, it seems. She might even be crying. And there's a guardian angel right next to her, protecting her, watching out for you, and helping her to heal. We have blessings also coming through for the collective. However way you need those blessings to come in, it's on its way to you. Those who enjoy being out in nature, maybe that as well could be very healing for you. Maybe go for a walk along the beach or find a nice garden or park where you could just hang out and de-stress. This is also letting you know that you have to allow nature to take its course when it comes to your love connections, when it comes to perhaps things that you're waiting to transpire in your life. And again, we have signs. Second time in this reading, Libra. So don't ignore those signs that are trying to grab your attention, whatever they might be, because they are very specific to you personally. And what might be a sign for you might not be a sign for someone else. So it, again, could be very specific. A number, a song, some random thing that you come across and you realize that that's a sign for you. So it's coming through here twice in this reading. Definitely something that your angel guides want you to pay attention to big time at this point in time. First half of June. All right, guys. So I wanted to go ahead and grab some answers to questions that you might have at this point in time. So I'm going to use this Angel Answers deck, and I'm also going to pull answers from my new deck, the Yes No Oracle. And this is probably, I must say, the simplest deck I've ever created in my life, because all that's in this deck are yes and no answers, nothing else. That's it. If you need a straight up answer, no messing around, no beating around the bush, that's all that's in here. So I will go ahead and use this deck in a second. So go ahead and focus on a particular question that you have in mind, whatever it is. It doesn't have to be about a love connection. It could be about anything. So I'm going to go ahead and grab about 4 cards from here for the collective. Take whatever makes sense for you personally. Angels and spirit guides, please. For Libra, whatever question you have in mind, you can either say it out loud or you could just really concentrate and focus on that question. And let's go ahead and grab an answer for you. Angels and spirit guides, please, for Libra. All right, one more card. They're all face down, so I can't see the answers here. And there's our 4th one. What are the answers? Okay, so we have choose a new direction. That's coming through for some of you, which I feel might be why this card is coming through. Okay, sometimes the path is unclear, and sometimes it shines so bright that you can no longer ignore it, intuitively knowing that's the way you're meant to go. Okay, so you got to trust that on your journey. Okay, sometimes we are meant to go in a different direction because there's something way better suited for us. Some of you are being directed to wait, so maybe right now is not the right time to do something or to take any sort of action in regard to that situation. So just wait. And it's not a yes, it's not a no. So it's just telling you, just chill out for a minute and wait. Meditation for some of you might be very helpful. Meditation brings answers, and that could also be, where's that card? The nature card, spending some time out in nature, meditating, spending some alone time at a park, at a beach, and maybe that is how the answer will come towards you. And lastly, we have you're ready. All right, so maybe for now, you're meant to wait, and eventually you'll know in your heart of hearts when you're ready to take action. But for some of you guys, this card alone is letting you, now is the time. So you got to trust your gut and instincts when it comes to these answers that are coming through. All right, so let's go ahead and grab some answers from this deck now. So simple questions where a yes/no answer would make sense. So I'm going to go ahead and allow the collective to ask up to 3 questions. We'll go ahead and start with the first question. So go ahead and focus on that. And again, you can either say it out loud or just really concentrate on it. And let's grab an answer for you. So remember, it's got to be simple where a yes/no response would make sense. Angels and spirit guides, please, for Libra, for the collective, the answer to your first question. All right, here we go. Angels and spirit guides, please. What is the answer to question number 1? We have a no. Okay? And if it's tied into the choose a new direction and the wait card, maybe that's why it's a no for now, because it's not the right time. And eventually, when perhaps the universe feels it's time, you will be ready for it. But right now, it is a no. Okay? So go ahead and focus on your second question. And of course, you want to be able to ask different questions, not just various different forms of the same question. All right, so go ahead and concentrate or say it out loud for your second question here. Angels and spirit guides, please, for Libra. Answer to your second question. Can't ignore this. Look at that. Right now, it really is a no. So you can't force it. If it's meant to happen, it will. All right, go ahead and focus on your third question here, Libra. And 2 exact same cards, too. There's a whole bunch of yes and no answers here, but it came out with the exact same image and everything. So right now, it's a no. Clearly a no for some of you. All right, go ahead and ask your last question. There we are. This one is a yes. Okay, so we've got 2 no answers and a yes that is coming through here. So hopefully, whatever questions you asked, this has offered you a little bit of guidance to help you in regard to that issue. All right, guys, so wrapping it up here, I'm going to pull from this deck called Stay Inspired Oracle Cards, another deck by Sister Moon Tarot. Just some final guidance for you for the first half of June. Angels and spirit guides, please, for Libra. All right, some final guidance. I don't know what it is about this card, but it keeps popping up for my readings lately. Free yourself. Look at that. This is your life. Don't live it restricted by your past or the opinions of others. Write a new story. That makes such sense because remember, the Eight of Swords, okay, is about feeling trapped. Someone who feels restricted. It's all in your head, okay? You're not trapped. You can free yourself right here, right now. You can start changing the dynamic of your life and write a new story, whether that's a new story for your love life or a new story for something else going on in your life, Libra. So that makes total sense here and why it's coming through in that way. All right, so that's where I'm going to leave this one, guys. I do hope whatever part of this made sense for you helps you on this journey for the first half of June. If you are interested in your own reading, that info is down below. Thank you guys so much, and I will see you next time.